Bar S is just right. Western and Southern Financial Group. Life insurance, retirement, and investments. Tri-Health, the official healthcare provider for the Cincinnati Reds. Kroger, fresh for everyone. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Reds Baseball is also brought to you by is the Cincinnati Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, Reds.tv season pass subscriptions are on sale now. Stream all locally distributed games in the Reds home television territory with no blackouts for just $99.99. Learn more about how to catch the Reds action all season long with Reds.tv and get answers to frequently asked questions at Reds.com/watch. Subject to national exclusivities.
Think a printer is just a printer? Think again. Today's multifunction printers store sensitive data, connect to your network, and can be a prime target for hackers. At Modern Office Methods, Cincinnati's authorized RICO dealer, they help you secure your devices with advanced encryption and authentication controls. Mom protects your data with automated deletion of stored documents and detects threats in real time with built-in security alerts. Visit momnet.com to secure your print environment today. Modern Office Methods, secure technology for a secure workplace.
Our first students arrived in 1824, but let's fast forward 200 years and discover what's happening today. Miami University is number 3 among national public universities for excellence in undergraduate teaching, a top 10 college for producing Fortune 500 CEOs, and one of the 100 best colleges for future leaders with an entrepreneurship program among the top 10 in the world. Producing exceptional leaders and mentors was, is, and will always be something we do. Miami University is where today's students become tomorrow's leaders. Visit miamioh.edu.
Hi, this is Tyler Stevenson. Through Reds Country Cares, we want to help bring awareness to this great cause.
At All Abilities Sports NKY, every child has the opportunity to participate in an invaluable childhood experience. Sports. Children with various special needs come together on the field to share laughs, score home runs, shoot baskets, and make friends. Your child belongs here.
To learn more about Reds Country Cares, visit reds.com/unity.
It is just about time for baseball in Arlington, Texas. Game 2 of 3 between the Reds and Texas Rangers. Back to Globe Life Field we go now with all the play-by-play. Here's Tommy Thrall.
All right, thanks a lot, Yed. Well, once again, the roof is closed. It's been rather rainy and pretty chilly around Arlington today and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so the roof is closed today, even though outside it's about 70 degrees, and it looks like most of the clouds have burned off. No real threat of rain throughout the night, but again, the roof still closed here at Globe Life Field. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. They're presented by St. Elizabeth Healthcare and the Young Family Cancer Center, regional leader in cancer care. Start your cancer game plan today at stelizabeth.com/Reds. We begin with Terry Francona's visiting Redlegs today. The Reds now 4-3 on the season, entering play today. Game and a half back in the division. Leading things off, the center fielder T.J. Friedel hitting second. At second base, Matt McClain. Batting third, the shortstop Ellie De La Cruz. Sal Stewart plays first base and hits fourth. Batting fifth, the third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Nathaniel Lowe will DH and bat sixth. Hitting seventh, the left fielder Spencer Steer. Will Benson's the
in the world happened to Mike Sims?
Looks like he's hurting a little bit.
It really does.
Something inside the batting helmet.
Look at that.
Maybe he got a Q-tip stuck in there or something.
He is obviously in a little bit of pain.
It was
a bug. It looked like it was a pretty good sized.
It was a moth,
varmint, too. Look at this.
It's a live moth.
Wow, we've seen it all now.
I made an observation yesterday, Tommy. I think that the Reds and the Rangers have very similar type teams. There's no one guy in the middle of the lineup that is the main star, like a Shohei Ohtani. But there's a deep lineup. This Rangers team is pretty good. The difference might be starting pitching, and we'll see how deep they are here tonight with Kumar on the mound, Kumar Rocker.
One big glaring hole in this Rangers on this Rangers team is their bullpen, and the Reds were able to see that last night and exploit it.
Yeah, you're right, and they want a low-scoring game. The Reds have scored fewer runs than any other team in the National League, except for the San Diego Padres coming into today. So if you win those low-scoring games like they did yesterday, 5-3 yesterday's score, those are the kind that can build a little confidence for you. You go with your strengths: defense, good pitching, just enough runs to win.
And that was something that the Reds struggled with last year, especially early on in the season. They finished under 500 in those close games decided by 2 runs or less. Now they've got a guy on the mound against them tonight, and Kumar Rocker. This is a guy that has a big arm. He was a guy that a lot of people thought would go first overall, was still a top 3 pick when he was finally drafted and signed. But the Reds have only seen him one time, and that one time it went really well.
Well, you're right. That was last year. It was the debut for Rocker, actually, at Great American Ballpark. He gave up 8 runs in a very short stint. Did not look good. And that's the one thing the Reds are hoping for this year. But, you know, as players with a lot of talent get older, we've talked about our own Reds pitchers, 1 year better, and Rocker may just be that. He certainly throws hard. I think he's still struggling with the kind of pitch mix that makes him right. When he was in college, went to Vanderbilt, he was one of the most heralded college players in a long time, and he was a guy that went by with a devastating breaking ball and a fastball. They added a lot of different pitches and may have confused him. They think he's over his arm injuries finally, but one thing you're going to see is a high 90s heater and a good breaking ball.
He's already had Tommy John surgery. He had a shoulder issue last year, which caused him to miss significant time. He's ready to go for his season debut against the Reds. Reds and Rangers, hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together, and it's a fastball down and in for ball 1 to T.J. Friedl to get us started. Again, the roof closed tonight on a beautiful night in Arlington, Texas. The 1-0 pitch to T.J. Friedl, and Friedl swings, lines it down the right field line, falling, but it's foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Friedl. Friedl just 2 for 22 to get this season started. Remember, he didn't play last night after getting after the team off day the day before. Kind of hope that maybe a couple of days off can get Friedl going. Of course, the Reds did have a couple of hitters get going yesterday, and Spencer Steer and Tyler Stevenson both playing big parts in the Reds' win. Off the plate outside, a changeup away to the left-handed hitting Friedl. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. This is a very pitcher-friendly ballpark, so it's not a big surprise when I tell you that Kumar Rocker was much better at home than he was on the road last year. Friedl bounces it foul, first base side, and of course the Reds played the Rangers at Great American Ballpark last year, where the Reds knocked him out of the game after just 3 innings. But at home he was much better. Rocker back to work with the 2-2 pitch to T.J. Friedl. A little bit low on the outside corner with a slider. That'll fill up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and already T.J. Friedl putting a good at bat together here against Rocker.
Amazing, really, to see a pitcher that throws 96 nibbling around with breaking balls.
Rocker back into his windup and turns it loose. 3-2 pitch to Friedl is swung on, hit right back up the middle. The shortstop bobbles it on the second base side of the bag. Seager recovers and throws in time to get Friedl.
It's a good play by Seager. He fielded that ball actually on the first base side of second base. He was stationed right up the middle as far as you can get near the bag legally. And when he got to the ball, he bobbled it. But he's a pro. He stayed with it. And even though Friedl hustled down the line, got him by a step.
1 down, and now Matt McLain will be the batter. McLain's had success against Rocker. Only 2 plate appearances against him, but one of them was a home run, the other a walk. So Friedel will stand in. There seems to be an issue over in the Rangers dugout. I don't know if it's something with the first. I think it's something with Berger's glove. Jake Berger, the first baseman, trying to get a new piece of leather, and now he's got his glove ready to go. So I don't know if there was a hole in that other glove or what the issue was, but he's got a glove on now as he trots back out to his position.
Small detail.
Yeah, well, it tends to have a working glove at first base. Here's the first pitch to Matt McLain in there for a called strike. It's like a catcher with a hole in their mitt. It causes problems typically. 0-1 on Matt McLain. The kick and Rocker's pitch. McLain swings, lines it on one hop right by Young, who just swiped at it to his left, and it skipped by him into left field. McLain is on. We'll see how they score it.
Now, that's going to be a base hit, no doubt, because nowadays fielders don't seem to want to get in front of the ball. It used to be that the third baseman would sacrifice his body, play that ball off his chest, follow it around, pick it up, and maybe throw the runner out. But that's not really the case much anymore. And, you know, they've made a case as to why it is good to field it off to the side. But as a former pitcher, I never like to see it go by an infielder.
No doubt. First pitch to Elly De La Cruz is bounced in the dirt. The catcher, Jansen, can't find it. And McLain easily into second base, standing on what will go as a wild pitch.
That pitch hit the front of home plate.
Jansen blocked it, but then he couldn't find it because it hit his mitt. He first thought he had it in the glove, and then looked at his feet. It wasn't there, and it had rolled away to his left in the right-handed batter's box. Elly De La Cruz with the count in his favor. 1 ball, no strikes. Waits, swinging a little tap foul over by the Rangers on deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike on Elly. He homered in the ball game yesterday, going 1 for 4. It was a laser out of here to left field. It was his 6th home run in his last 16 games going back to last year. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good changeup from Rocker.
Having
2 strikes.
You know, when you start evaluating Rocker's mix of pitches, that is, it's interesting. He's really heavy on the off-speed stuff right now. More changeups and sliders than anything.
Rocker readies at the belt. Now he throws, and the 1-2 pitch, broken bat, little flare over Seager at short. That's going to fall in shallow left center for a hit. McLain won't stop around third. He'll score standing as the throw comes into second. A broken bat RBI single for Elly De La Cruz has the Reds on top 1-0.
Now, so much of a broken bat that the entire bat, except for the handle, ended up on the dirt part of the pitching mound. So you couldn't make it really a better pitch than Rocker made. You couldn't put a better swing on it than Elly put on it and got it just over the shortstop's head.
Just kind of threw the barrel at it and dumps it out there. Rocker's a little slow to the plate. Something the Reds might be able to exploit, but Elly hasn't been running much lately. First pitch to Sal Stewart's off the plate outside for ball 1. The count 1-0 on Stewart. 0 for 7 in his last 2 ball games after getting off to that blistering start. He's still hitting .391. 9 for 23. The 1-0 pitch to Stewart off the outside corner. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. You've got a right-handed hitter at the plate. You've got a catcher in Danny Jansen that really throws well behind the dish. But Rocker's slow to the plate, so you got to get a big jump if you're going to run against him. Elly modest lead over at first. And the 2-0 pitch. De La Cruz is running, and Stewart laces one into the right center field gap. That's a hit. Over to cut it off, Nimmo. Elly being waved around. Here's the relay throw to the plate. There won't be one. An RBI single for Sal Stewart with Elly in motion. He scores easily from first. It's 2-0 Reds.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty when you put the runner in motion and that hitter, the right-hander, goes the other way, slicing it into the right center field gap. And that's where Elly really pours on the speed. I mean, when he hit third base, it was almost like a bank turn down there. He got in really way ahead of whatever throw was coming there.
Here's Eugenio Suarez. First pitch to Suarez is looping liner up the middle. It skips off the glove of the second baseman Smith, rolling into the grass. Throw to second. Safe. Stewart beat it. close, but Stewart got in there. And the Reds hitting with a rabbit's foot here in the first inning.
Now, the defense has not been very good behind Kamar Rocker so far. The third baseman let a ball get by him. The second baseman, Josh Smith, right there, had a ball short hop him. I thought he was going to charge it at first and try to catch that ball on a fly. That's why Stewart had to stay close to first base, as it worked out perfectly for the Reds.
We'll see how they score that. It's got to be an error on the second baseman. Nathaniel Lowe, the former Ranger, standing in. The pitch to Lowe, swinging a bouncing ball to the second baseman. Another chance for Smith. Goes to second one, looks to first, no play there. They will get Suarez, forcing him out at second for the second out of the inning. That play goes 4-6. Lowe will reach on the fielder's choice. Stewart down to third. And the Reds trying to keep it going with runners at the corners and 2 outs here in the first inning. Still no indication of what they're going to give Suarez. Right now they're just saying he reaches on a fielder's choice, so it'll be a fielder's choice and an error at second base on the ball that Suarez hit. Now Spencer Steer. Big day for Steer yesterday. He takes in the dirt for ball one. Really, that's the right call to give that a fielder's choice and an error. Steer standing in, runners at first and third, 2 outs. Rocker comes set. He throws, and Steer swings, hits a little pop. The first pitch strike to Brandon Nimmo, the hot hitting Brandon Nimmo, who's hit safely in 6 straight. He's 11 for 26 over his 6-game hitting streak. Lauder facing the Rangers for the first time. 5 innings for Lauder. He struck out 5, walked 2. That home run, as I mentioned, the lone blemish, his first time out. Lauder back into his windup and home with the 0-1 pitch, and he just did miss off the outside corner with a fastball to the left-handed hitting Nimmo. That'll level it counted, 1 ball and 1 strike. Nimmo hitting .379 to start the year. Lauder's pitch, and a good fastball right in for a called strike. A ball and 2 strikes on Nimmo. As I talked about yesterday during the game, the Rangers were just dreadful. One of the worst teams in baseball last year out of the leadoff spot. Strike 3 called, a changeup. Froze Nimmo for out number 1. So because they were so bad out of the leadoff spot, even though Nimmo had had a couple of years where he'd struggled back-to-back the last couple of seasons, Rangers still went out and got him. And it felt like he was an upgrade from what they had. And so far, that has definitely been the case. But Nimmo strikes out, looking to begin the game for the Rangers tonight. Now Wyatt Langford stands in, and Langford takes a fastball just out of the zone for ball 1. 1-0. Little bit low. That sinker to the right-handed hitting Langford. Lauder to the plate. Langford swings, skies one high into the air. Up the first base line, into foul territory. Sal Stewart just outside the line will make the catch, and 2 are very quickly gone here in the first inning against Lauder.
You know, Lauder is kind of a throwback pitcher. He's got an old-fashioned delivery where, you know, he doesn't start out with that modified stretch position or side saddling the rubber. He stands right on top of the mound, facing the batter and the hitter and the umpire, and then he takes kind of a big step back and kind of gets his momentum going from there.
First pitch right in there, called strike to Corey Seager.
Now, a lot of pitching coaches have tried to coach kids out of that because you tend to lose your balance, but Lauder's got terrific balance.
Pitch swing, and there's a ground ball through the right side, a base hit. Seager's on with a 2-out single. The Rangers, here in the early going of the season, have been one of the best teams in baseball at hitting with 2 outs. They scored a couple of runs with 2 outs in the second inning of yesterday's game, and now Seager, 2-out single here in the first inning of tonight's game. The Reds leading early 2-0. Batter is Jake Berger. You know, Chris, I got to believe that for a lot of pitchers that do that kind of have the old rocking windup like Lauder does have, it's got to be a good rhythm thing. Swing and a miss. The first pitch fastball down.
That's a great word for it, and that's exactly, I would agree with that 100%. It kind of gives you a little bit of momentum too,
yeah,
and kind of gets your timing going a little bit. But rhythm is what it's all about.
0-1, the count on Berger. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. Now, there's another reason why pitching coaches try to work that out of pitchers now, because it's such a departure from your motion out of the stretch.
Yeah, I think they're trying to eliminate all the excess movement that you might have when you take a big step back and kind of rock a little bit. Rarely do you see a pitcher take his hands over his head the way pitchers used to all the time.
The guy that has his number retired here in Texas, number 34, definitely did that. Swinging a line drive into left field, a base hit for Jake Berger. Back-to-back two-out singles. Seager holding it second on a liner to left by Berger. Talking about Nolan Ryan, of course, he had that big step back, would bring the hands up over the head, and then would kind of tuck his chin to his knee as he'd fire home at about 100 miles an hour.
Well, you're right about firing home, too. Plus, he also had probably the best curveball in the league.
And not great command all the time to boot. Make it easy digging in on that guy.
And you didn't want to dig in. You didn't want to bunt. You didn't want to look him in the eye.
You didn't want to hit against him. There's Jock Peterson. 2 on, 2 out. 2-0 Reds. The pitch to Peterson. And he takes just above the zone for ball 1. Boy, this guy's due to get going. Peterson really didn't hit that well in the spring. He's not hitting well right now. Still looking for his first hit of the year.
No, he didn't hit that well last year either. He was under 190 last year. They're wondering if he's got anything left.
181 a season ago for Peterson. Pitch swung on. This ball's whacked deep right center field. Back goes the right fielder Benson on the track just in front of the wall. He's got it, and the inning is over. He didn't miss it.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
Yeah, Jim Leday looking to hit the brakes here, and because that grass out there is moist, it'll be tough to get your footing out there.
Up the middle, backhanded by Lindor, who stumbles as he throws it away. Alonso, a diving attempt to stop that one.
They're playing a little tic-tac-toe over there by the Pirates dugout. And Emmanuel Valdez says, get serious.
We're going to need to check back in on this situation.
See if he gets that one on anytime soon.
Oh, they kept going.
I mean, you got to stop the top guy.
Oh.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
Benson leads it off against Kamar Rocker. First pitch to Benson's a fastball up and away for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Our TipStar game time temperature tonight 74 degrees inside Globe Life Field with the roof closed. To get complete home comfort with a TipStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TipStar dealer at tipstar.com. It was 70 degrees outside when we got started. Pitch to Benson, swinging a ground ball to the first baseman. To a knee, Berger knocks it down, picks it up, races to the bag just ahead of Benson. 3 unassisted for the putout, 1 down here in the second. That'll bring up Jose Trevino.
You know, we watched Kamar Rocker in the first inning pitch a lot of breaking balls, a lot of change-ups to go around with that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. From what scouts have told me about Rocker is that he has a very flat fastball, and it goes into that dead zone, and a lot of hitters are able to level on it. So his breaking pitches are actually more important than that 96-mile-an-hour heater.
Jose Trevino swings and fouls a first pitch fastball back. So I got to believe if that's the case, you kind of use the other stuff to set up the fastball instead of pitch off the fastball.
Yeah, you show the fastball, I think, more than you actually try to get hitters out with it.
Rocker's 0-1. And there's a ground ball sharply hit to Seager's left. The shortstop moving that way. Gloves it, throws out Trevino. Now 2 gone here in the second inning.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's a bad pitch. I mean, he is throwing at 96 miles an hour, but he just doesn't have a lot of life. It doesn't have the backspin that they look for nowadays, and it doesn't have a lot of side-to-side movement that you see on a two-seam, a sinker.
2 outs and back to the top of the order, T.J. Friedl. Friedl grounded to short his first time up. Just missed a double down the right field line. Pulled one foul early in his first at bat. First pitch to him here in his second time up. He takes a slider in the dirt for ball 1. Reds fans, Kroger gives you more ways to save. Low prices in every aisle, digital coupons in the app, and fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. Kroger, official grocery partner of the Reds. Rocker out of the windup. Short step back, hands up over his head as he kicks and fires, and Friedl bounces it up the first baseline foul. Kind of similar to what we talked about before with the hands up over the head, that windup. Both pitchers today with somewhat throwback deliveries. Rocker, the kick and pitch. Off the plate outside to Friedl with a changeup down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Reds able to get to him for a couple of runs on 3 hits in the first inning. All the hits were singles. His defense let him down a little bit, something that the Rangers defense didn't do much of last year. In fact, they were rated as having the best overall team defense in baseball a year ago, even though they only had 1 Gold Glover. Pitch off the plate. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count on T.J. Friedl. Rocker's 3-1 pitch. And Friedl takes ball 4. Didn't miss by a lot, but it was just a little bit high on the outside edge to Friedl, so he'll head down to first base with a 2-out walk. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network. Wide open hole on the right side of the infield as Matt McClain stands in with Friedl on at first. He draws the throw and dives back safely. Tommy Throw with Chris Welsh here at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Ivan Zuniga is our on-site engineer. Joe Waddell, our studio producer today. The pitch to McClain is high for ball 1.
I think that ball 4 to Friedl may have been a new ABS ball, maybe a book strike, if you go by the old definition of a strike zone in the rule book.
Rocker out of the stretch from the belt, throws, and McClain swings and misses at a high fastball. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Had a conversation earlier today with Matt McClain about that. I said, well, what is your definition of the ABS strike, the high part? And he said just right above the belt. Used to be halfway between the belt and the shoulders.
The letters is a pretty good spot. The pitch down and away. I mean, it had gotten to a point where they were definitely calling the letter high strike there for a few years. I think it's lowered back down a little bit in recent years, but not like it is now.
And what he went on to tell me that it's difficult to lay off the high pitch once you've gotten used to where that strike zone used to be.
The 2-1. Swung on and a slicing fly down the right field line that'll end up foul. And McClain's going to have to go back for a new bat. Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where hitters are just going to have to recondition themselves to what the top of the strike zone is.
And I think the way you do that is in batting practice.
Yeah.
I go back to what Joey Votto used to do in batting practice. He would never swing at a pitch that was not a strike in batting practice. So why would you if you're not going to swing at a pitch that's not a strike during your game?
That's a good way to practice bad habits, by swinging at bad pitches in batting practice. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Matt McClain. Friedel's at first, 2 away. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out. Breaking ball down and away, and the inning is over. So Rocker bounces back with a scoreless second.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Caught by the diving Lau and on to first for a double play. Makes the sliding catch.
The timing on that. Timed it perfect. Great job.
Carroll racing after it. Oh, what a sliding grab. Nice play, Corbin Carroll.
Line drive over to short. C.J. Abrams elevates.
Oh, Alex Bregman was able to steal a hit from Mike Trout.
Ground ball up the middle. Rivas. It brings him to the bag. He steps on second. Judge a double play.
Neto with a backhand has it. Throw to second one. Over to first. Two. A double play.
Diving stop. Betts to his feet. Sidearms to first. Got him. Oh, what a play.
Highlight defensive play. Mookie Betts.
Long throw. Candelario across. Got it.
What a play by Candelario on that one.
Mookie Betts can no longer be talked about as an outfielder playing shortstop. He's a shortstop.
Diving to his right. Cole Young knocks it down, pops up, throws the first. Low picked in time by Josh Naylor.
By plan. View contracts and
Mustard has been a Reds game day favorite since 1905. If you're at the ballpark or watching from home, top off your hot dog, burger, or brat with Wilbur's Mustard.
Josh Smith. Boy, it is really fun, isn't it, Chris, to watch a guy like Rhett Lauder just go through a lineup, swung on and fouled off the left side. He's not going to wow you with the velocity on the radar gun. He can comfortably throw 92 miles an hour and still figure out how to get guys out.
I always get the feeling that Lauder is holding back a little bit in the tank for when he needs that extra something.
The 0-2 just off the outside corner.
And I don't think that pitchers do that enough. I see pitchers coming out now just going 100% from the very first pitch of the game. So when they need a little extra, it's not there.
The 1-2 pitch. Down too low. Whenever you talk about that, the guy that always comes to mind first for me is, and I'm sure there's some for you, but Justin Verlander was one of the best at it when he broke into the league.
Yes.
He knew how to be his own closer. 2-2 pitch off the plate outside. I mean, he was a guy that was tougher to hit the deeper it got into the game because he just ratcheted up the velocity as the game went along. And a lot of times, his hardest pitches were in his last inning.
Yeah, and he'd already thrown 100.
Right. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, line to right. Benson having to get back. Leap, and he makes the catch. Boy, it almost burned him. They always say, if you talk to outfielders, the hardest one to judge is a line drive right at you. Well, that line drive had a little carry on it, and it almost threw Benson off, but his athleticism allowed him to make the catch.
That really hit hard by Josh Smith right there. I mean, that's the kind of ball you hit, you go back to the dugout thinking, if that's not a base hit, what is?
Josh Young will stand in after the out of Josh Smith as we look at today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum Trivia question of the game. Line drive caught at third by Eugenio Suarez. Young lining it down the line, but a low backhanded catch by Suarez, the second out here in the second. Who is the only player to be a Gold Glove winner and an All-Star with the Reds, and who also played for the Rangers during his career? A, Tucker Barnhart, B, Buddy Bell, or C, Leo Cardenas? Pitch to Evan Carter is up and away. Did Buddy Bell win a Gold Glove with the Reds?
If he didn't, he should have. I'm going to go with Buddy.
That was my first guess,
yeah.
But I don't know if he only won a Gold Glove with the Rangers. The pitch is a strike. I know Tucker won a Gold Glove with the Reds, but I can't remember if he played briefly with Texas or not. Swung on and fouled back.
I'm not sure he played enough to really garner the votes that he would need to be a Gold Glove winner in Texas. Tucker, that is.
Yeah, he didn't have to win a Gold Glove. He won a Gold Glove with the Reds, but also played for the Rangers.
Played for the Rangers.
Did Tucker play for Texas?
I don't think so.
1-2 pitch. Up and away. I think he did. He played for the Cubs. Now the 2-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner with a good changeup. Count fills up, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Right off the corner. Down at the knees, the left-handed hitting Evan Carter. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded back up the middle. And McClain can't get it, ranging far to his right. That'll roll on into center field for a base hit. Another 2-out hit for the Rangers. They have 3 of them so far. And with 2 outs in the inning, Texas is 3 for 4 so far in this game.
You know, baseball just simply isn't fair. Here are the first two guys in this inning, Josh Smith and Josh Young, hit bullets right at it. Fielders, they're outs, and then you get a little dribble that goes right up the middle for a base hit.
That's a stupid game sometimes, isn't it? Here's Danny Jansen. First pitch to Jansen in there for a strike. The runner broke at first, but Carter stays. Enough to get the catcher Trevino to pop out from behind the plate and let the runner back to first. 0-1 to count on Jansen. I think I'm going to say Tucker.
Okay.
I've talked myself into it. My gut said Buddy Bell. The pitch. Swung on, loop foul, so it'll probably be Leo Cardenas. But you're saying Buddy?
I'm going with
right.
Buddy. Yeah.
We'll revisit that a little bit later on and see how he did.
Trying to think who were some of the other third basemen in the league back in those years that Buddy played for the Reds, which was in the 80s.
Carter off the bag at first. Stewart holding him. From the belt, a long hold. Lauder throws. The pitch is too high on the outside corner. Fastball on the 0-2 pitch. It's 1-2. I just feel like it was a trap, the question. So that's.
Could be.
Yeah. Usually. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Got him looking at a slider over the outside corner. He froze him. And the inning comes to a close. Another 2-out single from the Rangers, but Carter stranded at first. Still 2-0 Reds as we head to Chris in the third on the Reds Radio Network.
So at the top of the second inning, and Ellie De La Cruz will step into the batter's box, hitting left-handed again for the second time. He had a base hit and an RBI and scored a run. One of the 2 runs the Reds have scored in this game, both in the first inning. And they lead 2-0 here at the Globe in Arlington, Texas. Lamar Rocker rocking, hands over his head. Here he comes to the plate, and a swing and a miss. Took something off that pitch and led Ellie off with a changeup. Each team with 3 hits. The Reds have the difference with a couple of runs. Ellie swings at that fastball at 94 miles an hour, fouls it off, and bounces down around the first base camera well. Reds are along the third base line here at the Globe, and the Texas Rangers are along the first base line. Managed by first-year manager and former Red Skip Schumacher. No balls and 2 strikes to Ellie De La Cruz. Rocker to the plate, and a swing and a high fly ball playable into right field. Here comes the right fielder, Nimmo. in a couple of steps, and he will put it away for the first out of the inning. Rocker had somewhat of a winding road to the major leagues. When he was an amateur and playing baseball at Vanderbilt, he was the first pitcher ever to throw a no-hitter in a super regional when the Vanderbilt team played against Duke.
How many pitches do you suppose he threw when he struck out 19 in that game?
It was pretty amazing. Pitch inside now to Sal Stewart. That's a ball, a cutter that just missed inside. I don't know. I mean, I think he was striking him out before he got off the bus. Here's the 1-0 to Sal, and a swing and a little pop-up on the right side. It may drop in here. Here comes Nimmo on the run, and it will drop in right in front of the charging right fielder for a base hit. So Sal Stewart 2 for 2 here on the evening. One a lacing line drive in the gap, and a little bloop right there here in the third inning. So the Mets selected Rocker out of high school. He just politely declined. He decided to go to Vanderbilt, and then when eligible in the draft in 2021, the Mets decided to take Kumar Rocker. Took him in a high draft pick. Swing to Eugenio Suarez, and he's down 0-1. Got a little breaking ball there. They had already agreed on a $6 million signing bonus, the Mets and Rocker. But Rocker would not release medical information about him, and his agent, Scott Boras, said he doesn't need to release any evidence of medical problems. Pitch inside, now 1-1 to Suarez. So as it turned out, the Mets pulled their offer. Rocker didn't sign, and he ended up getting shoulder surgery later that September. Fast forward a couple of years, he goes back and he ends up pitching in independent ball and is drafted there by the Texas Rangers. Swing and a miss. Swung right through a fastball, and it's 1-2 strikes to Suarez.
Yeah, pretty crazy that he goes from being the 10th overall pick in the draft after his last year at Vandy, then goes, pitches indie ball, and actually moves up in the draft and became the 3rd overall pick.
Pitcher swung on and a high fly ball to left field. It looks like it'll stay in the park, and Wyatt Langford right in front of the warning track and left. Puts it away for out number 2. Back to the bag goes Sal Stewart. 2 down in the inning. So that was really just the beginning of the problems for Rocker arm-wise when he came over to the Texas Rangers, pitched a little bit in the minor leagues, ended up having Tommy John surgery a couple of years ago. And here he made the major league team, came up in 2024, made the opening day roster last year. It was a terrible year for him. Ended up being sent down to the minor leagues, actually shut down for 6 weeks, trying to get it all back together. But here he is again here in 2025. And a first pitch strike to Nathaniel Lowe. Lowe, the very friendly and affable former Texas Ranger, steps in there, the big burly left-handed hitter. 2-0 Reds, 2 outs into third, and a pitch just in off the plate, 1-1. Now Rocker's father, Tracy Rocker, had a little connection with Cincinnati. He was a tremendous football player in college, went to Auburn University, won the Outland Trophy and the Lombardi Trophy, and actually coached at University of Cincinnati. Pitch so low is outside, 2-1. He was the defensive line coach the year that I want to say that it was 2008, the year that the University of Cincinnati Bearcats won their division. Pitch to Lowe is right and under his elbows. That's on the inside corner strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lowe will ask for timeout, and he steps out. Two down in the inning as Rocker checks the runner at first. Very short lead down there by Sal Stewart, and a pitch in the dirt blocked nicely by Jansen. That ball will go nowhere, and the runner will stay at first base. So now Stewart will be off with the run, or with the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. He gets a message from Mike Napoli, the Reds' first base coach. And Lowe looking for something to drive. Slightly open stance. Hands back, ready to go, and swung on. That's a shot into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Stewart coming around second base into third, and he will slide head first in there safe. There was a little hesitation on the part of Sal Stewart as he came around second base, but that ball was hit very sharply to Wyatt Langford in left field. Langford got rid of it quickly, but the throw a little bit offline. So the Reds with 2 outs, runners on the corners. And it is Spencer Steer's turn.
Good time to pick up where he left off yesterday.
Couple of hits, a home run, a double, 2 runs scored. Pitch to Steer is a cutter right across the top of the zone, strike 1. Long hold by Rocker and a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. He was way out in front off of that one. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Reds trying to play a little add-on. They won the first game of the series. They've taken the lead here in the second game of the series. Trying to get another couple here. And a shot down the line on the ground. And it will go all the way to the third baseman, Young. And he will field, throw over to first base. And that will be it in the inning as he retires Spencer Steer 5-3. Reds threaten, they leave a couple on base. And the Rangers coming to bat. Bottom of the third, down 2-0 Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, the MLB season's in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. FanDuel, an official partner of the Cincinnati Reds. 21 plus and present in Ohio. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
There is a land where excitement meets opportunity every day, where happiness and wonder start to feel like home. A place that makes your heart race at every turn, where a good job and a brighter future are just within reach. Some call this a dream. We call it Kentucky. Your next trip could be your next chapter. So pack up and come see us. It's never been easier to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home. Plan your getaway at KentuckyTourism.com.
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk.
Life can throw a lot at us, but through all the ups and downs, your financial future will be ever gentle on your mind with Western and Southern. From life insurance to investments, our one-on-one guidance is customized for your needs today and in the future. Western and Southern, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind.
Klosterman Baking Company is hiring. Get on-the-job training, excellent benefits, 401k, and more. Visit klostermanbakery.com/careers. Klosterman Bakery, where family values are baked right in.
Klosterman, better, you bet.
He'll make the catch. Back to first base goes Carter, and 1 gone in the 5th inning. Be at Great American Ballpark on April 11th. Fans in attendance will receive a Noelvi Marte bobblehead featuring the right fielder making his game-winning catch at the wall last season thanks to Jeff Weiler Automotive Family. While supplies last. Get tickets now at reds.com/tickets. Back to the top of the order with 1 out and 1 on. Brandon Nimmo will walk his last time up after striking out in his first at bat. Swings and barrels it to deep right field. Benson back. Benson to the track, reaches up and makes the catch, racing toward the corner for the 2nd out here in the 5th inning. Boy, they talk about how the ball just doesn't go anywhere here. There have been about 3 balls hit tonight off Ranger bats that looked like they were crushed off the bat, and they just didn't go anywhere. They were caught shy of the track.
Yeah, this couldn't be any more different than what they played in just a few years ago. This is in their 7th year here at Globe Life Field. That old ballpark they had here in Arlington, those balls are in the 2nd deck.
First pitch in there for strike on a changeup. Counts 0-1. I mean, as a pitcher, it just kind of makes you want to just throw it up there and let him try to hit it.
make sure you keep it to the big part of the ballpark, even though that one was pretty much down the line. It just really dies.
The pitch. Instead of pick to first, runner back.
You know, you add to that the fact that I was talking to Brady Singer about the mound here at Globe Life Park. He said it is a great mound. It feels like you're right on top of home plate, gives the pitcher a lot of confidence. You combine that with a wall that never really gives up much in the way of home runs, it's a good place to deal.
0-1. Too high. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And the Reds fortunate to be able to get a couple of runs early against Rocker because he pitched really well. You talked earlier about how much he struggled here, or how much he struggled last year. He didn't struggle in this building. He was outstanding. The 1-1 pitch lifted in the air, foul down the right field line. In fact, when he started here, the Rangers didn't lose very often. In fact, they didn't lose at all. The difference is when he started on the road last year, they didn't win. Two totally different pitchers, really, it seemed like, looking at the numbers in his home and road splits from a year ago. Ball and 2 strikes on Langford. The pitch. Right on the outside corner. Slider, strike 3 called. Nice job by Louder. He works around the leadoff walk again here in the 5th. And we go to the 6th inning. Still Reds 2, Rangers nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
Pitcher. He's a left-hander. Young man that went to the University of Arkansas, and he's 5'11", 215 pounds. And he is in the ball game in relief of the starter, Kumar Rocker.
Kumar Rocker went 5 innings. He struck out 3 batters. Now the pitch. Just a little bit. The fastball off the outside corner, maybe a little low. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Lowe, fouled off the first pitch he saw. 3 strikeouts for Rocker. Swing and a miss. Reds got 6 hits against him. Scored both runs in the first inning. They were both earned. 1 walk. Rangers will take it for his season debut. Lowe's hit into a fielder's choice and singled so far in this game. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball, rolled to the right side. Smith fields and flips it to first in time for the out. Every time.
It seemed to me, Tommy, that Kumar Rocker was throwing the ball better as the game went on, but I'm wondering if maybe Skip Schumacher thought that pitching out of that jam that he had last inning with a runner at third base and nobody out, striking out 2 to end the inning, he may have just given everything that he had and had nothing left.
80 pitches in his first outing, too, and hadn't thrown for a while. So remember, he was scheduled to start first turn through the rotation. The pitch in there for a called strike on a changeup to Spencer Steer, and the count's 0-1 on Steer. But when Jacob deGrom got pushed back, now the 0-1 swung on, fouled back. He ended up starting in Rocker's spot in the rotation, so Rocker ended up getting skipped. That's why he didn't make his first start until tonight. So that's a long time to go without pitching. And then to come out and throw 80 pitches, that's a big ask, but Rocker threw the ball well. No doubt the Rangers happy with what they got from him. Steer takes upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another good-looking crowd here at the Globe. Big crowd yesterday, over 37,000 here. Big crowd again tonight. Swinging a tapper by the mound. It's going to be a tough play for the shortstop, Seager. He charges, bobbles, and doesn't have a play. Just puts it in his back pocket. Steer will reach on the infield hit. Even had Seager come up with that ball cleanly and made a clean transfer, I don't know that they're going to get Spencer Steer. Dane Myers is off the bench now to hit for Will Benson against the left-handed thrower, and that'll prompt a visit from the pitching coach, Jordan Teagues. While they chat on the mound, we'll pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network. With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thrall. Great to be with you here at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Ivan Zaniga's our on-site engineer. Joe Waddell, our studio producer today. Back in our network headquarters. 1 on, 1 out. Reds are leading at 2-0 here in the 6th inning. Steer leads off the bag at first base. The right-hander comes set. Jalen Beeks kicks and delivers, and the pitch is just a little bit low, and a first pitch changeup for ball 1 to Myers. Made in America means something to Toyota. That's why they've invested over $49 billion. Currently build 13 different vehicles right here in the USA. Toyota, let's go places. Now the 1-0 pitch. Myers swings, and he socks it high in the air. Deep left center field. Back goes Carter at the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch right at the 410 sign in deep left center field. No, it's not like it's just one-sided. It'll take home runs away from both sides.
It might be easier to hit one out of the Grand Canyon than it is to hit it out of this ballpark.
I mean, that ball was tagged. Just a fly out to left. Left center, I guess. Oh, my. Evan Carter, nice running catch for the second out here in the 6th inning. Jose Trevino stands in, and he takes a strike.
You know, you might have a combination of a ballpark where the ball really doesn't carry anyway, plus an unseasonably cool day here in Dallas area.
0-1 on Trevino. Steer off first, the pitch down too low. Well, you really hope that the Reds squandering that opportunity that they had in the 5th inning doesn't come back to bite them. Reds are leading it 2-0. They had a runner at third with nobody out in the 5th. Couldn't score. 1-out single from Steer. He's still at first. The pitch to Trevino is taken off the inside corner. The Reds got 3 home runs in the game yesterday, which helped them to a 5-3 win over the Rangers. Steer, Ellie, and Tyler Stevenson, who had the game winner, all went deep for the Reds. The pitch, swing and a miss, a change up down, and the count's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, runner at first, 2 away. Big hole on the right side for Trevino. Josh Smith, the second baseman, playing way up the middle. Beeks delivers, and Trevino goes the other way, but pops it in the air down the right field line, and that'll end up out of the reach of the first baseman Berger in pursuit. Nimmo couldn't get there either. Still 2-2 and holding here on Trevino. Reds fans start this season with 4 new tires from your local Ford dealer and 4 free tickets. See the Reds now for a limited time. Buy 4 new tires and receive 4 free Reds tickets, courtesy of your local Ford dealers. Visit your local participating Ford store for complete info. 2-2 on Trevino. Beeks back to the plate. Trevino hits a little looping liner up the middle, right to Josh Smith behind second. He makes the chest-high catch, inning over. The Reds get a base hit in the 6th, but Strand steer at first. On we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still the Reds 2, Rangers nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, the MLB season's in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. FanDuel, an official partner of the Cincinnati Reds. 21 plus and present in Ohio. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
This tax season, did your CPA fall a bit short of expectations? Dean Dorton's award-winning tax team has your organization's best interests in mind. We don't just file your taxes and say, see you next year. Our experts stay hand in hand with your business year-round, offering guidance and alerting you to important regulatory changes. So your April surprise is nothing more than a pop-up shower. Contact Dean Dorton today at deandorton.com/Reds. That's deandorton.com/Reds.
You know, there are a few things in life you can always count on. Sunsets, potholes, trash trucks in your way when you're running late. And of course, AAA's never-ending reliable roadside assistance. Because for over 100 years, we're always close and we never close. From tows, jumps, or just smoothing out those bumps in the road, we provide 24/7 service so you can have 24/7 peace of mind. AAA, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Be better prepared for life's curveballs.
Klosterman Baking Company is hiring. Get on-the-job training, excellent benefits, 401k, and more. Visit klostermanbakery.com/careers. Klosterman Bakery, where family values are baked right in.
Klosterman, better, you bet.
Red Lauder just keeps sailing along. He's back out there in the 6th inning. He has thrown 73 pitches so far. TJ Friedel has moved from center field to left field, with Dane Myers staying in the game to play center. First ball swinging. Corey Seager way out in front of a first pitch slider. Rolls it foul. First base side for strike 1. Spencer Steer has moved from left field to right field. The pitch right down the middle of the fastball for a called strike. 0-2. Action in the Reds bullpen. Connor Phillips started to throw now. The pitch, swinging a ground ball to first, handled by Sal Stewart. He'll take it himself, 3 unassisted to the bag, and that's out number 1 in the 6th inning. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter. Western and Southern donates to support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. The batter is Jake Berger with nobody on and 1 out. Lauder's home with the first pitch to Berger, and he takes a look at the strike. Berger had a tough year last year. He hit just .236, still hit 16 home runs, but his wrist was bothering him pretty much all season long, so he had off-season wrist surgery, and the Rangers are certainly hoping that will free up Berger a little bit this year. He swings and misses, and now he's down to the count 0-2.
Well, I'm not sure it's a wrist problem right now, trying to chase that slider from Lauder, which is perfectly placed on the corner. Berger stepping in the bucket, and Lauder's fixing it on the outside corner.
0-2 in the dirt outside. A ball and 2 strikes on Berger. Berger definitely looks slimmed down, too, coming into this season.
You know, no matter what the scouting report says, if a catcher and pitcher see that, you're going to change and you're going to go to his weakness, which is down and away.
The 1-2. Swung on, lifted high into the air. Lazy fly, short center. Here comes Myers in a hurry, calling for it. Hat flying off as he makes the running catch in short center field. Berger's the second out in the 6th.
Boy, the formula for an easy outing tonight, you just go by what Rhett Lauder has done. He's only walked 2. I think both of the walks have come on 4 pitch walks, so he's been even efficient doing that. But he's getting a lot of mishits. He's only struck out 4. A lot of balls in on the hands, on the end of the bat, and a couple of line drives right at him mixed in.
Fastball strike on the inside corner. 0-1, the count on Jock Peterson. 0-1. Peterson swings high, towering fly down the left field line. Shallow, Friedel, long run into foul territory, slips, and he still somehow makes the catch. You gotta be kidding me.
I think he tripped on the line.
It looked like he tripped over the left field line, falls face first.
Chicken in.
Reaches up, and somehow he made the catch.
What an effort by T.J. Friedel.
He just reached out with his right arm as he slipped on the chalk, and he caught it.
And some style points with the face plant.
Back to Chris in the 7th. Still 2-0 Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
Well, we go to the top of the 7th inning, and the Reds have that 2-0 lead. They will face a new pitcher, another left-hander, Jacob Latz. Young man, the 29 years old, did his college work at Kent State University, comes in, and he will face T.J. Friedel. To start the 7th inning off, Friedel fakes a bunt, pulls it back, and it's a little bit low outside. Friedel in the leadoff spot tonight will be followed by McClain and then Ellie De La Cruz. Open stands, deep in the box, standing straight up, awaits T.J. Friedel. Latz's pitch is a fastball right across the letters on the outside corner. That's a strike. Latz drafted in 2017 by the Rangers, been in the organization his entire career. Coming to the plate, check swing of the plate, he went, and it's a 1-2 count. Dropped the slider on him. Spent 7 years in the minor leagues before getting the call to the big leagues, did Jacob Latz. Way over on the first base side of the pitching rubber. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and laced down the left field line, but drifting foul into the stands. 5 levels of stands here when you look at that area behind home plate, or at least behind the foul poles all the way back. We're about 4 levels up here at the broadcast level. Here's the 1-2 now to Friedel. Right there, strike 3. Got a fastball right across the letters. TJ knew it, and 1 out in the inning. Latz is not a big guy at all. I mean, he's listed at 6'2", 185. I don't think he's really that tall, although pitchers don't have to get measured for the ABS. So now it'll be Matt McLean. McLean's got a couple of knocks on the night. He takes the first pitch breaking ball just a little bit outside.
You saying the pitcher heights might be a little more unofficial than the now hitter heights?
Could be inflated slightly. Latz can get it up there. His last pitch at 95, and there's a pitch in the dirt. It's 2-0 now to the Red second baseman.
Hitter heights are now deflated.
They certainly are. There are some hitters that have lost 2 or 3 inches in height from the media guide to the ABS guide. I've never seen a group of people wanting to be shorter in my life. Here's a 2-0, and that's now 3-0 as he misses upstairs. When he measured him for the ABS, no shoes, stand up straight, against the wall, heels against the wall, and no slouching. The 3-0 is right there, and it's 3-1. Sounds like the same orders you got when you were taking your middle school pictures.
Exactly.
No slouching, Welsh. McLean waiting the 3-1, swung on and popped up in the shallow right field. Here comes Nimmo near the line, and he's got it figured out. And 2 out in the inning. Well, the only scoring in this ball game happened to the second and third batters of the inning. Matt McLean hit a single. Cruz hit a single with an RBI. Sal Stewart singled him in. And that is all the scoring we have seen. Here we are, 2 outs in the top of the 7th, and Ellie comes to the plate again. Bat flat on his shoulder, and he takes a pitch in the dirt for a ball. Ellie deep in the box. A little bit of a narrower stance this year. Slightly open toe on the front. Now he closes it up. Rests the bat on his right shoulder, and there's a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. 1-1. Three home runs on the year for Ellie, 4 including the one tonight. RBIs, that is. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, that's weighing in, and it's 2-1. Rangers will play Ellie Dela Cruz a little bit around a pull in the infield, straight up in the outfield, and a swing and a foul back off the right side. Back behind the Rangers dugout on the first base side into the second deck. Reds trying to get something going here with 2 out in the inning and nobody on. Swing and a miss. Latz got his second strikeout of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for the left-handed reliever. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Reds have a narrow 2-0 lead. We'll be back on Reds Radio Network right after this.
At Cincinnati Children's, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown health system with a global impact. Every day, we care for every child who walks through our doors because every child deserves the care we give. But we can't do it alone. Donor support is critical, especially now. Join us in making a difference for kids here at home and around the world. Visit CincinnatiChildren's.org/give today.
As a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region, JTM Food Group has been pioneering kettle-crafted culinary solutions for years. From tantalizing dips to mouth-watering sauces and more, we lead the pack in delivering high-quality, on-trend items to the entire food service industry. But it's not just about the food. It's about our commitment to doing things the JTM way, with passion, integrity, and a dedication to God and His people. Taste the difference today and learn more at jtmfoodgroup.com. JTM, let's create great dishes together.
Roberts Truck Sales is your trusted partner in high-quality pre-owned truck and trailer purchases. With over 50 years of industry experience, we pride ourselves on offering a wide selection of reliable top-brand vehicles. All units are fleet maintained, including sleeper, box, and yard trucks, plus single and tandem day cabs as well as forklifts. View our inventory at robertstrucksales.com and use the map feature to find a location near you. That's robertstrucksales.com to learn more.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds are teaming up to give you a home run deal. Right now, we're offering buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
Globe Life Field taking the 7th inning stretch. A nice rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I followed up God Bless America. People on their feet singing here in Texas. They're hoping that their Texas Rangers can come around a little bit. Right now they're being shut out, and it'll be a new Reds pitcher on the mound to take over for Reagular, who had a brilliant 6th inning performance tonight. Struck out 4, did Lauder, and walked only a couple, has not given up a run. So it'll be Graham Ashcraft coming in for the Reds, and boy, is he throwing the ball well. In his 5 outings so far, he has given up 4 hits, couple of runs, but he made some pitches yesterday that I'm not sure how the Rangers were able to hit them and hit them hard, but he ended up giving up a run yesterday and ended up coming back right on the mound here this evening.
I mean, those pitches that they hit yesterday, there's not a hitter on the planet that had any business hitting those pitches, but they did, and they got a run out of it. But boy, Graham has, like you said, really been throwing the ball really, really well. He's found that strikeout pitch. 10 strikeouts, 3rd most by any major league reliever so far this season. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Wober's Mustard. Wober's Mustard, let's put some mustard on it.
So he's got the bottom half of the order. Josh Smith, the left-hander, checks his swing on the first pitch and did not hold back. That'll be strike 1. So Ashcraft jumps ahead with the first pitch strike. Pitching from the stretch all the way to the first base side of the rubber. Ashcraft peering into Jose Trevino, and here's the pitch. A check swing at the plate again, and he went again. A couple of hard sliders right there, and Ashcraft's in control of this at bat. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and 2, and a hard cut fastball right in there at 92 miles an hour, and I guess that was a slider at 92. I'm not sure how that Josh Smith even put the bat on it. Smith moves a little bit off the plate right now. Trevino wants it inside again, and a little number in front of home plate. It's going to be a tough play for Trevino, throwing and got him.
Wow.
What a great athletic play by Jose Trevino, coming out from behind home plate, called off Ashcraft, picked the ball up, turned, spun, threw on the momentum. He ended up flat on his face, and the ball ended up right in the mitt of the first baseman, Sal Stewart.
That's a Gold Glove play right there, Chris. I mean, bare hand, pirouette, pick up, and spin all in one motion. But because of the spin, use that momentum from the spin to throw a bullet waist high to Sal Stewart.
Pretty good defense right there. And now Josh Young, the right-hander, steps in and takes first pitch strike. Boy, he can put that on his personal highlight reel, that play by Trevino. A little off the plate, 1-1 now to the right-handed hitting Young.
I know it's only the 8th game of the year, but I don't know that you'll see a catcher make a better play than that all year.
I mean, he was halfway to the pitcher's mound, a little bit towards third base when he finally got to that ball. Pitch is on the inside corner, a strike, and that's the last thing that Young is looking for there is the slider inside. And Ashcraft is pumping strikes. He's ahead 1-2.
Boy, confidence is a valuable weapon for a reliever. And nobody's got more confidence right now than Graham Ashcraft.
Pumping on a 1-2, a little bit off the plate with a slider right there. That was about a perfect pitch. Started on the corner, and at the very last moment just darted off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Young sits back. Chases the one in the dirt, and that's strike 3. An excuse me swing by the right-handed hitting Josh Young. And now Evan Carter, the only player away from keeping Graham Ashcraft with a 1-2-3 7th inning.
Well, all Red Lauder did today was lower his earned run average over his Reds career through 8 starts to 1.30.
Did it easily, too, didn't he?
Oh, man.
Made it look easy.
Well, he's etched his name into the history books. That is the lowest ERA by a Red over 8 starts since the earned run average became a stat.
Swing and a miss now as Evan Carter, the lefty, evens the count 1-1.
That goes back to 1913.
Amazing.
It's the 5th lowest mark by any major league pitcher through his first 8 starts in the expansion era.
Breaking ball misses down.
Names on this list: Phil Niekro, Fernando Valenzuela.
Wow.
Also Cisco Carlos and Shota Imanaga.
Low and in, 3-1. You know what's really also amazing when you start coupling that with the fact that he missed the entire season last year.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's phased him a bit.
I mean, he just came back right where he left off. 3-1 now. Good hitting count for Evan Carter. The lefty swings and hits it on the ground. That'll roll foul.
Conversation I had with him, I said, look, you miss a year, but I feel like you could just roll out of bed pumping strikes. He goes, well, that's my calling card. So, yeah, I'd like to think that I could. And when that's something you've done your whole life, you know, some guys, when they don't throw that long, they feel like their mechanics get out of whack. Not him at all.
Inside, and that's ball 4. So the prospect of a 1-2-3 inning goes away with a walk to Evan Carter. And the number 9 spot, Danny Jansen, coming to the plate.
Reds haven't been able to get Evan Carter out yet tonight.
Jansen, right-handed hitting catcher, holds the bat high and flat behind his right ear. Swung on and fouled off right behind the Rangers dugout.
I mentioned earlier that the Rangers are a good hitting team with 2 outs in the inning, so you don't want to give them extra base runners with 2 outs by walking guys.
Short lead by Carter at first. He's going nowhere. Jansen awaits, and here's the pitch by Ashcraft. Breaking ball just inside. Looked like that corner may have come in and caught the plate. Ashcraft wanted it, but Jose Trevino is not going to ask for a challenge. Count now 1-1.
Could have, probably would have won it.
Ashcraft deals, swung on and popped up. That ought to be caught. Here comes the center fielder Dane Myers, and he puts it away. And a scoreless inning for Graham Ashcraft. We go to the top of the 8th. Back to Tommy with the play-by-play. Reds 2, Rangers nothing on the Reds Radio Network. inning, and Skip Schumacher will bring in a new pitcher. He will bring in this tight ball game. Right-hander wearing number 45, Carter Baumler.
Baumler will get Sal Stewart, Eugenio Suarez, and Nathaniel Lowe. Baumler, right-hander. He sets ready, and he's home with the first pitch to Stewart. It's in there for a strike call. The count is 0-1 on Sal. Baumler through the signs. He's ready. Now the pitch. Swung on, and Stewart lifts a fly ball. Fairly well hit, but playable and right. Nimmo moving to his right. He'll make the catch in medium depth right field for the first out in the 8th inning. Let's pause for ID along the Reds Radio Network. Eugenio Suarez standing in 0 for 3. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. He has flied to left and struck out since. He swings and misses at the first pitch here in the 8th inning for strike 1. Reds are still leading it 2-0. That's been the score since the first inning when the Reds played at 2 against Kumar Rocker, the Rangers starter. The 0-1. Suarez takes way in off the plate, that leaving the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Baumler out of Dowling Catholic High School. He was a 5th round selection in 2020. West Des Moines, Iowa. A 1-1 pitch. Suarez looks at a strike.
He was the guy that was drafted in the Rule 5 draft by the Pittsburgh Pirates this last year. And then the Pirates immediately flipped him over here to Texas, but that means he still has to stay on the Major League roster all year long.
Correct. 1-2 pitch. And a little half swing foul over by Lowe waiting on deck. The highest he's reached in the minor leagues is Double-A. And he made 6 appearances in Double-A last year. But he was really good this spring with the Rangers and ended up making the team. The pitch, swing and a miss, and Suarez is down on strikes, chasing the curveball down and away. 2 men are out in the 8th.
Pat, it looks to me, haven't seen him pitch much, but just watching him pitch to the first 2 hitters of this inning, he is a slider or a curveball machine. One breaking ball after another, and he can throw it good enough and close enough to the strike zone. He gets a lot of guys to chase.
This spring gave up just 4 hits and 1 unearned run in 9 1/3 innings with 10 strikeouts. Nathaniel Lowe takes low for ball 1. They love this guy here in Texas. Every time he's been announced, he's had a really nice ovation. Of course, he won a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger award the year the Rangers won it all. The pitch. Lowe swings and fouls it back out of play.
I think the Reds clubhouse is beginning to understand what they like about Nate Lowe here in Texas. I mean, he just fit right in right from the very get-go.
Terry Francona talked about it a lot during spring training. He was one of the last guys to get into the camp, but boy, he fit in immediately. The pitch way off the plate outside. 2 balls and a strike on Nathaniel Lowe. Within a few days, it was as though he had been a part of this team for years. Here it comes. And the pitch is in the dirt. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Nobody on. 2 men are out. Reds batting in the 8th inning. Still leading it 2-0. Excellent start again from Rhett Lauder tonight against the Rangers. The pitch. Lowe hits it on 2 hops to the first baseman. Berger backs up to glove it. Underhands the pitcher. Baumler covering at the bag for the out. Side retired. Reds are out in order again here in the 8th. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Reds trying to hang on with a 2-0 lead in Texas on the Reds Radio Network.
Get ready for baseball season with BetMGM, an exclusive retail sportsbook of the Cincinnati Reds. BetMGM has a state-of-the-art app with tons of betting options and promotions. Visit the BetMGM Sportsbook at the banks on game days for the best Reds tailgating. And BetMGM is the best place to make your favorite baseball bets. Sign up today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with MGM Northfield Park. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Spring is back in Reds country, which means it's time to get your yard ready for the season ahead. Cookouts, backyard catch, friends and family together. Your lawn is the backdrop to it all. So this season, get your lawn ready with Pennington and keep it strong all year long. As a proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds grounds crew, Pennington is all about thick, durable grass, built for life's big and small moments. Pennington Grass Seed, available at the Home Depot.
Tommy Thrall, voice of the Reds here. If your current defense can't handle a lineup of pests, it's time to make a call to the bullpen. Rose Pest Solutions can mow down pests of all kinds year-round with the Rose Home Service Program. Depending on your needs and budget, you can choose from basic, advantage, or premium levels, all of which come with a dedicated technician. The Rose Home Service Program is the ideal way to stay ahead of pest invasions all year long. Pest problem? The Rose Home Service Program is the solution. Call the pros at Rose at 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Reds fans, don't miss the bus for the Reds versus Nationals August 7th to 10th as part of a 4-day adventure with Croswell Tours. Explore Washington, D.C. and all its history. Visit gocroswell.com for details.
We go to the top of the 8th inning, and it'll be a new pitcher on the mound for Terry Francona and the Reds. It'll be the old reliable Tony Santillan, and is he off to his old tricks this year again? He has been in now for the 5th time, including tonight. Santillan, in his previous 4 outings, has not given up a run. He's pitched 4 innings overall, and he has struck out 6.
Looked good last night. Santillan ready to go against the top of the order for the Rangers here in the 8th inning. His first pitch is on the way, and it's a little bit too high. Fastball up for ball 1. Scores around the league. By the way, Key Brian Hayes has just checked into the game over at third base for the Reds, replacing Suarez. The pitch. Swinging a soft roller off the knuckles. Nimmo rolling it to Sal Stewart, who fields and takes it himself to the bag, free unassisted for the out.
It's a big out right there, because Nimmo is the guy depended upon to get this offense going for the Rangers. And that was about as soft as you could hit one.
Now Wyatt Langford. Langford batting with nobody on and 1 man out. The 3 and 4 Cubs were washed out today in Cleveland. Royals and Brewers are playing a doubleheader in Kansas City. Brewers won the first game 5-2 to improve to 6-1 on the season so far. Pirates beat the Orioles today 3-2. The Pirates now 5-3 on the year. The pitch. Up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Wyatt Langford. The Royals are leading the Brewers 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning of game 2. So hopefully that score will hold. The 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt outside. The Reds will be able to pick up a half game on the Reds, or on the Brewers, if the Reds can hold on to this one. But they've still got 5 big outs left to get. 2-0 Cincinnati. Langford awaits the 2-1 pitch. A big cut and a miss on a high fastball.
The Brewers came into today having 15 stolen bases total as a team. That leads all of baseball. They added a couple more to that, so they're at 17 now.
They're unbelievable right now. I mean, they're picking up right where they left off. 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back, and somehow it feels like they might be even better this year than they were last year.
And you look at the roster on paper and you think that they dealt away more than they got back.
It's crazy. But they figure out a way to keep doing it. I've given up on thinking that this is the year the bottom's going to fall out. Pitch. Strike 3 called. Got him looking with a fastball.
perfect spot on the outside corner at the knees for Santillan. I mean, he throws Langford. That is 3 strikeouts for Wyatt Langford his last 3 times up tonight. All of them looking.
I don't know what more you could look for. Hey, Reds fans. Kroger gives you more ways to save. Low prices in every aisle, digital coupons in the app, and fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Swung on, fouled away, left side. 0-1 to count on Corey Seager. Bases empty, 2 outs. Seager 1 for 3. Make sure you stay tuned. After the game, you'll have all the scores for you around Major League Baseball, plus highlights from this one and the Toyota Tundra, star of the game. The 0-1 pitch, swinging and a foul right at home plate off the bat of Seager. No balls and 2 strikes on Seager. Santillan trying to work a 1-2-3 8th inning. It would set up Pagan for Berger, Peterson, and Smith in the 9th. Unless the Reds can play add-on and score a bunch. The 0-2. Swung on, well hit, right field. It's deep, backing up the right fielder Steer. And he's got it just in front of the track at the 374 sign. Out in deep right field. Inning over. We go to the top of the 9th. Still, Reds 2, Rangers nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
Well, Tyler Alexander will take over for the Rangers as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Reds trying to add on to this 2-0 score. Alexander, a left-hander from Chicago, Illinois. 31-year-old lefty who's 6'1". Kind of a veteran around. He's been most of his career with the Detroit Tigers, last year with the White Sox, this year with the Rangers.
Reds trying to play add-on here in the 9th inning, and Spencer Steer hooks one into the left field corner, falling quickly, and that's a fair ball. Extra bases for Steer as it bounces back over the head of Wyatt Langford in left field, and Steer will check in at second base with a leadoff double here in the 9th. Second hit of the night for Spencer Steer, single his last time up in the 6th inning after a 2-hit ball game yesterday.
Yeah, he got off to a little bit of a slow start, Steer did, but he's swinging the bat very well. Hit it hard yesterday, jumped on the first pitch he saw here in that at bat.
Now Dane Myers will stand in with Steer standing at second base and nobody out. The left-hander Alexander readies. And the first pitch to Dane Myers, a fastball down the middle for strike.
Even one run in this inning is important.
Alexander, the pause, high set, he throws, and Myers takes up and in. The Reds have been the worst team in baseball at hitting with runners in scoring position. Now would be a good time to change that. Reds came in just 8 for 49 in those situations. Myers hits it on the ground right to the shortstop. Seager comes in, gloves, throws in time to get Myers. Steer has to be a statue at second base. One down in the ninth. So far tonight, the Reds are just 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Good news is they haven't given the Rangers any opportunities. Texas just 0 for 1. The Reds have done an incredible job keeping the Rangers off base. The pitch in there for a called strike. Only 3 hits for Texas so far in this game. Jose Trevino 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice, softly lined out up the middle to the second baseman Smith his last time up. Alexander throws, and the pitch is way off the plate outside.
Yeah, Alexander is not one of the closers on this ball club, but he has the only 2 saves the Rangers have this year. He's only got 3 in his entire career. The other one was a 3-inning save from way back when.
The 1-1 is a strike at the knees, and the count's a ball and 2 strikes.
Gives you an idea what Skip Schumacher is dealing with here at the back end of the Rangers bullpen. Is really, right now, not really a designated closer other than maybe Robert Garcia. We saw Chris Martin last night. Reds got to him.
Closer by committee for Texas, and that's not any manager's dream scenario. The 1-2 swung on, fouled back and out of play.
It's sometimes what managers say coming out of spring training. When the rubber hits the road, it's usually, I'm going to designate you as a closer, and you're coming in those safe situations.
One ball, 2 strikes on Trevino. Alexander to the plate. Swing and a foul tip. The catcher holds on to strike 3. And now 2 outs and back to the top of the order. TJ Friedl hitless on the night. He did walk in the second inning. But officially he's 0 for 3. 2 for his last, or well, not last, 2 for 25 to open the season. Left-hander against left-hander. Alexander readies. He throws. And the pitch to Friedl's off the outside corner for ball 1. 1-0 on TJ Friedl. Alexander deals the 1-0. Friedl watches a strike hit the outside corner around the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike on Friedl. Steer led off the inning with a double into the left field corner. He's still at second base now with 2 outs. The 1-1 in the dirt outside. 2 balls and a strike. I go back to the 5th inning. Matt McLain had a leadoff single, advanced to second on a wild pitch, and then the throw down to second got away, and McLain ended up at third during Ellie De La Cruz's at bat with nobody out. He was left stranded at third. Reds couldn't bring him around. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to the second baseman, backing up to field at Smith, flips it to first in time. And again, the Reds have a runner in scoring position with nobody out, but can't score. We go to the 9th. Emilio Pagan will be summoned to try to nail it down for the Reds. Still Reds 2, Rangers nothing on the Reds Radio Network.
Baseball is a hometown tradition, and so is Topics Distributing. For generations, we've supplied the Cincinnati tri-state area's convenience, liquor, and corner stores with the products fans count on. From peanuts and popcorn to the latest trends, like even a refreshing non-alcoholic cocktail, Topics delivers what's now and what's next. We're proud to be the hometown team behind your local store. Big enough to deliver and local enough to care. Learn more at Topics.com.
Brandon Phillips, Aaron Harang, Reggie Sanders, and Lou Piniella have been selected as the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame's class of 2026. The 4 inductees will be honored April 24th through the 26th during the Reds Hall of Fame induction celebration, presented by PNC on Saturday, April 25th. Arrive early to enjoy the pregame on-field ceremonies beginning at 6:20 before your Reds battle the Tigers. Get your tickets for this historic weekend now at Reds.com/tickets.
There is a land where excitement meets opportunity every day, where happiness and wonder start to feel like home. A place that makes your heart race at every turn, where a good job and a brighter future are just within reach. Some call this a dream. We call it Kentucky. Your next trip could be your next chapter. So pack up and come see us. It's never been easier to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home. Plan your getaway at KentuckyTourism.com.
For over 100 years, your USI insurance team has been protecting local businesses and employees. See how the right plan and the right partner can help protect your company's most valuable assets. USI, proud insurance broker of the Cincinnati Reds.
Got the man on the mound that they want. That is Emilio Pagan. Pagan, 2 saves on the year. Looking for number 3 here tonight.
Pagan from the belt, home of the first pitch on the way, and it is grounded foul, third base side. The count is 0-1 on Jake Berger, leading off the Rangers' 9th inning. Pagan worked a 1-2-3 9th inning yesterday. A couple balls hit hard, but Rangers had some good swings, but he retired them in order. The 0-1. Swing and a miss at a high fastball from Pagan. 0-2, the count on Berger. Pagan has the sign, sets ready. Here's his 0-2 pitch. Way high and outside. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Rangers have not been shut out yet. Reds trying to do it right here. The 1-2 in too tight, almost hit Berger with a fastball, and he spins out of the way of it.
You think Berger would take one for the team right there?
It was going in towards his elbow. Of course, nobody really wants to get hit on the elbow. If ever there were a time, though, to wear one. Pagan to the plate with a 2-2 pitch to Berger. And it's high and outside of the fastball. Now full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pagan having to negotiate the heart of the Ranger order here in the 9th inning. Payoff pitch. Inside, he walked him. Pagan coming on for the 9th. This is called to the bullpen, presented by Wober's Mustard. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Pagan needing to put a little mustard on it now as he deals with Jock Peterson. See if he can get one of those splits to result in a double play. Pagan's pitch. Low and inside, ball 1, and now the catcher Jose Trevino is going to go check on Pagan.
This looks to me like Pagan is trying to muscle up a little bit too much on that fastball. Maybe trying to add a little bit. Sometimes you warm up in the bullpen, you don't feel like the ball's coming out of your hand the way you want it to, so you rear back and try to throw it harder. That's the worst thing you can do. But the adrenaline takes over, and oftentimes that's what happens.
Copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. Pagan from the belt. He's home to Peterson. Swing and a miss. There was that split. He had Peterson swinging himself into knots. Right over the top of it with the bottom dropping out of it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Peterson. Berger not a threat to run at all over at first base. Modest lead with Stewart holding him. Peterson out of the box. Back in again. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing, and it's on the ground to Ellie. He'll take it himself to second. Throw to first. Double play.
You called it, Tommy. You're thinking maybe a double play ball out of one of those split finger fastballs, and he got it on the ground right to the shortstop, who's playing right behind the bag. 2 steps onto the bag, and an easy flip to first base.
So that's a good way to erase the leadoff walk. Now they're empty with 2 outs, and the batter is Josh Smith. Pagan home to Smith. And it's in there with a fastball for a called strike, 0-1. The right-hander readies, works from the first base side of the rubber. Pagan throws, and it's a split in the dirt on the outside corner for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Smith. Silver Slugger Award winner back in 2024, led the Rangers with 30 doubles that year. Struggled, though, last season. The pitch. And Pagan misses with the fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Up and away to the left-handed hitting Smith. Pagan's 2-1. Tried the outside corner with a fastball, but missed away. It's 3-1. Borderline pitch. Reds don't challenge, haven't challenged yet tonight. Pagan's 3-1. Swung on, fouled back. That will reach the seats. Pagan and Smith have gone as far as they can go. He's run out the string on him. And now the 3-2 pitch to Josh Smith. Just missed ball 4, and Trevino wants to challenge.
The pitch. This is going to do it.
It looked like it was at the knees. It was close, and it was just a little low.
It is a ball. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
0.7 of an inch for ball 4. Good idea to challenge there.
I'll tell you, I was right with Jose Trevino. I thought that was going to be strike 3, end of the ball game.
So Young at the plate. He represents the tying run. 14 home runs a year ago. An all-star 2 years ago. The pitch swung on, fouled off the right side. Reds leading it 2-0 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Pagan comes set. The right-hander home with the 0-1 pitch. Fastball strike. Right over the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Pagan ready at the belt. His 0-2. In off the plate with a split. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smith inching off the bag. The 1-2. Swing, and it's in the hole on a hop off the glove of the backhand of Ellie. It trickles into left field. Friedel's in to get it. The throw comes into second to hold the tying run Young at first base. Tough play for Ellie. The backhand hop ate him up.
I think it's probably going to be a base hit anyway. Even if he fields that ball, he's in shallow left field.
Now how big's the double play? First and third, 2 outs. And the Rangers are going to use a pinch runner at first base. It's Ezekiel Duran in to run at first as Evan Carter stands in, and the Reds haven't got him out yet tonight. Tying run on. 2 outs, 9th inning, Reds up 2-0. Pagan to Carter. Strike one. Carter has walked twice and singled tonight. Pagan, home of the 0-1. Swinging a foul back. He's got him down to the count 0-2, and again the Rangers down to their final strike.
He has thrown 2 perfect fastballs right there. Pagan has just a little bit above the top of that strike zone. I thought for a moment that Carter might want to challenge the first one. That looked a little bit higher than the second one. But Pagan's got him right where he wants him.
No balls, 2 strikes. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. From the belt, the 0-2. And the split misses low. Carter lays off. Now the question is, how comfortable are you if you're Pagan going back to that pitch multiple times? Sam Maul warming behind Pagan now. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He went back to the split and he chased it. And down on strikes, Evan Carter, and Pagan hangs on. The Rangers strand the tying runs aboard in the 9th, and the Reds beat the Rangers 2-0. The Reds have won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. They've locked up a series victory, and now they can go for the sweep tomorrow.
Well, what an outing so far tonight on the part of the Reds pitching overall. Anytime you throw a shutout the way the Reds have, holding the Rangers to only 4 base hits. They gave up 4 walks overall, but the defense was there.